Greetings, it is I, the Harbinger of Destruction, the Dragon of the Abyss, Dreadscape Gaming. We're playing Dead by Daylight today. The PTB is live, and Jason, because we can't say Jason Voorhees because he's now Jason Universe, Jason is finally here after 10 years. And we're jumping right into a match. I have played a little bit. We're going to be playtesting quite a bit today. Alright, let's see. So Jason's power is Omnipresent Evil, which allows you to move through the map undetectable for quite a bit. You can track the aura of the survivors with these red clouds, and then on top of that, you can see footsteps of them. The only drawback to his power, however, is he does not see scratch marks when he's in Omnipresent Evil. So that's a bit of a problem for us. Now, one thing I did notice when I was playtesting with Jason the other night is the fact that survivors can crouch, and then you don't actually see their aura. Let's swing here. In Omnipresent Evil. So, case in point, if I were to switch there. The other thing, too, with Jason is he has a projectile. However, the projectile weapon that he has is kind of hard to use in the sense... Hold on one second. This gives me a little bit of a killer instinct so I can see where they went. They went the opposite way. I'm not going to continue that chase because I'm going to get thrown for a loop there. But Jason has a projectile. Now, people are complaining that he has a projectile, but he has used projectiles in many of the Friday the 13th films. I'm pretty sure when they do start doing the Jason Universe stuff, he will have projectiles as well. So he can throw like a spear-like weapon. Once he uses it, he cannot reload to get another one until he either gets to a hook or a not meat, but like a scrap pile thing. Alright, so we have this survivor here. I'll try to demonstrate here in a second. So ideally what you want to do with the spear is you want to like throw it right as you know they're dropping a pallet so you can get a good hit, or if they're not moving around a bit. It's very, very hard to do on controller. I am a PC player controller, so it does get quite difficult, but I'm pretty confident that we should be able to do that. You get Killer Instinct too, but the problem that I've noticed while I've been playtesting with Jason is you have to change his direction as to where he jump scares with Omnipresent Evil. And that creates its own bit of problems because in the heat of the moment, you can't necessarily... They got rid of Hexer, so this is going to be a bit of a time here. I am playing Customs, and the reason I'm playing Customs is there's not a lot of people populating the PTB concurrently, so I wouldn't be able to play a lot of matches. I would probably get maybe 1 or 2 matches in a tier stream, which I don't want to do that. Or get as much playtesting as I can. This is most likely... I see that. That's fine. You could do that, honey. Let's see if I can throw the spear from here. You have to be very precise, as you see. Like, you can't even be a microsecond off here, because if you are, it's just like a pain in the behind. Alright, let's put you on this hook here. You're going to notice I'm going to restock here. Okay, nice. Let's go through here. See how he has like an aura to him? So with this aura, you kind of can tell the direction that you're in. There's Killer Instinct. I think it was probably from above, because I didn't see anything in my immediate area. I'm gonna check just in case, maybe this way. Because they're gonna go back for the save, almost certainly, right? Like, if it was me, I'd be doing it. We could have gone through there, but I want to just see if she's still there. You see, I can't even see her. So I'm gonna go through the doorway here to see if I can track them. Nope. So there's nobody around her. So we're not gonna be a filthy, quote-unquote, face camper, as they say. We're just going to go over here, go back into omnipresent mode again. We get super quick this way. We can see their footsteps. If they're working on like a generator or around, you'll see this red cloud, but we don't see scratch marks. So in a way, Jason's power is a lot like the Spirit, who is one of my favorite killers in Dead by Daylight. But they were able to also give him like his powers from Friday the 13th, the game. They just combined all of them. Okay, so they finally made a save on Ada. This generator? Nope. So it's the top generator above us. I'm not going to worry too much about any gens popping. Case in point, you saw the cloud there. So they're behind me. So that's how you can tell in omnipresent mode. She was kind of dumb there. She just slow vaulted the window. People are going to be like, you're tunneling the bot. We'll just get her out of the game. I'm perfectly fine with the layout that I have. I'm using nothing but, for the most part, gen regression perks, even though I know diminishing returns is a thing, because if they pop my Hexer or I get rid of one person, my Hexer is gone. So I also have Surge, and I also have Merciless Storm. I'm using Whispers only to give me a little bit of extra tracking in the sense that when I'm in omnipresent mode, I can't see the footsteps. So that's the reason for that as well, Dread Knights. Alright, let's see here. Pretty good. There goes Ada again. We should be fine. They're gonna give us a little bit of a loop-de-doop. I could get Bloodlust here, but I think it's kind of not worth it. Alright. Let's go over this way. The good thing is, you see the red clouds again? That's how I'm able to track them. Alright, there's 2 of them bunched up. This is good, a 2-for-1 special. I might be able to get 8 out of the way. Ah, borrowed time. Because borrowed time is base kit. Back in the day, you used to be fine with that. Should've took the spear out. Take care of her. Why is she stopping there? I'm confused. Swing. That's it, she's done. I'm gonna show you the Mori for Jason. Hopefully it doesn't get, like, censored out here. This is gonna be not for the faint of heart. Keep that in mind. So we grab her up by the shoulder here. We're actually using the hook that you usually put a survivor on. You rip out her intestines. Now this is the part that's messed up in the PTB. He actually kicks over a gas can before he ignites that. But in the PTB, things are a little bit wonky right now. Okay. So we lost 3 gens, but I can turn this around for at least a 3K. Maybe even a 4K if I play this smart. You can't get rattled when you're playing killer. You just kind of gotta go with the vibe there. Now, I could have probably divvied that up a little bit better. They're working on the gen here. There's the scratch marks. Nobody's injured right now. I'm gonna try to throw it. Case in point, we hit them. They have to take the spear out. I can grab the spear there again. Now, I can kind of impale them also on walls and stuff, but you have to kind of aim this perfectly, and obviously because they're dropping a pallet, it's better to throw the projectile there. Again, the projectile is really hard to throw. It's, I would say, even harder than Springtrap's axe. The one thing that somebody had mentioned before is they would like to see, like, an add-on that creates a crosshair for the pipe, just for those of people who are, like, controller players, which I think makes a feasible amount of sense when you think about it. I think that would be a good kind of add-on. I haven't messed with too many of the add-ons just yet. Let's look around. So that person's on the hook. I'm gonna basically do what's considered gen patrolling right now. So we're gonna go through here. The other thing too is, unfortunately, sometimes you will teleport to an area that you don't necessarily want to go to. There's 2 people above, so they're on the staircase there. Let's see if I can make my way back that way. We're not gonna stay on the face camp of the hook. Let's see, they're not there, so they're probably up there. Yep, I see, I think it's Leon, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna try to see if he vaults this. He was smart, counterplay, he didn't vault that way, so that's on me. That was a skill issue on my part, but it's okay. We'll go back this way, because I'm almost certain that somebody is going to make a save here. You know, because the bots themselves are kind of programmed a certain way. Let's also check this gen. We're in a 2-gen situation. It's very winnable still, though, Dread Knights. It's not completely a wash. Just keep that in mind. Alright, so let's go over this way. I think I can teleport up that way if I need to. I just want to make sure. Yep, there's somebody that's been working on this gen, but they're not there currently, so maybe they did this to go make the save. I'm going to kick the generator here, because if you don't do this, it's worse for you long term. Yep, case in point, they made the save. But we have to basically play into their game right now. The gens are pretty spread out, but we have mobility. I know a lot of people are like, Jason's slow, but that's the whole point of Omnipresent Evil. If they gave him 4.6 movement speed on top of the projectile, it would be too much. I missed that one. I was way too high there, so that's on me. Again, you have to exactly be precise with a lot of stuff. Leon, are you coming to save your friend there? You can't save him. Do you want to be the next victim? That's actually not Leon. That's Vito, right? Yeah, Vito. Vito. You have a nice leather jacket that looks very similar to Old Man Leon. Let me grab a hook here. So you can actually rip off a hook to actually use it as a spear, which is pretty cool. There's also an add-on. I hear you vaulting there. I'm not worried about that. So you went down there. Let's see. Are you going to be silly? I don't think this is Vito. I hear him. He's over that way. I need to play a mind game here to try to force him into a mistake. Hello? He's behind me. I'm going to try a little secret here and see if I can get some killer instinct to track him. Okay, so he's screaming. He's over that way. Case in point. So you could do like a little... Oh, I thought you could turn that way. I haven't played on this map in a while, so I am a little bit rusty. He's behind us again. I think I'm going to break chase here, because it's not really important and we're more concerned with the gens. He's still running it? He's just going to keep running this loop? No, he's not. Throw it. I missed. That was terrible on my part. Again, skill issue, perhaps. Again, the spear is very hard to time. Let's pick this up here. Good. Let's look around. I'm gonna go back this way. I mistimed that. I wanted to go for the pallet there. Again, this is what we're doing. We're just like playtesting here. So, nothing's gonna be perfect. Should kick this gen. Okay, that's good damage there. Good destruction. Okay, we're in a one-gen situation. 3 survivors left. Still very winnable. I see the red clouds there. But I need to kind of get a little bit of a jump here and see this. I saw the red stains from them. But we're going to push in a little bit because we want to try to get a jump. They're all benched up, which actually plays in our favor here. So we can maybe potentially get the drop, and then we'll do, like, divide and conquer. Case in point, we'll go omnipresent here. Again, most likely working on the gen here. No, they're just healing? No, impossible. They outplayed me there. But this gen has been worked on quite a bit. I heard something looks like they may have volted again. We could check the lockers, but they're not going to be in the lockers. It's been a while since I've been on RPD. They split it up, though, which is fine. I feel like getting that generator up there might be our benefit. So what we can do is we can, again, teleport up here. As long as I don't point in the wrong direction, then we can observe the situation again. Still perfectly fine. Again, 1 gen left. They might be down there working on that one. It sounds like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do a loop-de-loop so I can try to get the jump on them. It's definitely, they're all bunched up. Okay. Perfect. I missed the spear! Remember I said you have to be very, very, very right on point with it. Because if not, you just miss it. Exactly like Springtrap's axe. Swift. Oh, no. That's okay, I'll make you bleed. I'll make you scream. You gonna run this pallet. Come on. Are you gonna throw it late? No, you're gonna walk into me. Unfortunately, that's the way bots are programmed. That's the unfortunate part of this. Is he gonna volt through here? I might have over-predicted again. Yeah, I hit over-prediction there. So he's gonna come back to bite us in the rear end. Let me pick the spear up. We're gonna position again. Oh, see? Walked back into that. Okay, great. Now, ideally, I should put him on a hook, but again, I'm just going to kind of worry him. Also, if you spear somebody when they're on their second death state and they're down, you can do a mini-mori with it. So you could actually take them out just by doing a mini-mori, and it's a very quick kill, which I appreciate that. Okay. If the game is too low, please let me know if you're in chat. If the game is too loud, definitely let me know as well. They're working on that gen over there. I'm going to reposition myself. Again, 1 gen situation, but it's perfectly fine. We have only 2 survivors left. It's not the worst situation. I do have to kick this gen. And if I recall correctly, one of the issues, too, is that now we missed that. How did we miss that? I was right on point for that. But we can pick one up from here, so it's not that big of a deal. Veto, veto, veto. How many times must I teach you this lesson? Oh, you brought a friend with you. I should take care of the friend, but I don't want to lose Chase here. Hi, Vito. Where you think you're going? See? Also, with the spear, as you can see, there's a very long wind-up. That's how they kind of balance it out. Why did you do that? Not all bots are created equal. Confirm there, Dread Knights. Oh, Vito, Vito, Vito. You made a terrible mistake there. You poor, unfortunate soul. How about you hang out on that hook for a little bit? Just a little bit. Just a teeny little bit here. Just a teeny little bit. Hang out there. Maybe your buddy will come to save you. Maybe they won't. Okay, let's go back to that gen again, because if I were Claudette, I'd probably be working on it just to try to see if you could make the save. Did they? They did not. That's so unfortunate, Dread Knights. Okay, so in this situation, we don't want to go back to the hook unless they unhook there. I was going to say we should give it some time, so I am going to go into omnipresent mode again. Here we go. Do you see the red there? But I have to do kind of like a jump scare on them. So they're above us concurrently. So let's see. How am I going to play this out? I kind of want them to drop down, because if not, I have to go all the way up above, and it's going to just be a waste of time on the map. So if we can play into them getting a little bit greedy here. On top of that, they're going to make it back to the gens if they don't heal up. They healed already, Vito, so it's fine. So in this case, what we're going to do is what's considered a reset. So I'm going to kind of go here, see if we can trigger a killer instinct around us to search. Again, this will give us additional map awareness. The other thing, too, that I've noticed, people are complaining that Jason's slow, but again, you're supposed to be always using his power for the mobility. And because you have a projectile, I don't see how you can make him 4.6 like a lot of people want him. I don't agree with that. There are some people who really want to see him a little bit quicker. I don't know. Again, this is a PTV, so they're testing out a lot of stuff. They playtest here before it actually comes to live servers. Jason's going to be going live on June 16th. June 14th is the 10th anniversary. Case in point here, I gotta kick this gen. Is the 10th anniversary of Dead by Daylight. I've been playing Dead by Daylight for a very long time. This is one of my favorite games. I haven't played as much Killer in a while because I kind of got stuck in a survivor mindset because it's a little bit stressful to play Killer. However, I will say this much with Jason, who is my favorite, like, slasher icon. One of the dudes, one of my guys, one of my favorite killers. Actually being in the game gives me incentive to come back to Killer, which is why I wanted to practice. Red stain there. You see the cloud? So they're hiding in the locker. Case in point, you can also track people in the locker. Isn't that freaking cool? So he gives you a lot of map awareness, too. It's kind of like playing him, in a way, from Friday the 13th, the game. You just combine all his powers together. Okay, he's on his second death hook. So is the Claudette bot going to be greedy and try to go for hatch? Or are they going to go for the save? Probably Claudette's going to go for the hatch. Dread Knights, did you see the hatch in any of the chase that we were doing in any of this time period? Because I have not seen the hatch. So I have no clue where it is. We're going to kind of go under the assumption that maybe... Oh, hi there, Claudette! Where are you going, Missy? I'm not done with you. I'm the freaking Jason. Come back here. This instant. I will make you bleed. I will make you scream. Oh, we got the spear there. Nice, 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 nice. I will make you beg for your life. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. We got to grab a spear here. She's trying to bait it out. Oh, man. I don't want to really waste that pallet time. She's trying to bait it for hatch. I know your game, Claudette. I probably have to queue up the spear. If I miss the spear, it's over for us. Hi! Oh, my goodness. I can't believe I missed that. I have to kick this pallet. I have no choice right now, Dread Knights. No! No, 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 no. Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. Don't you go make that save. So, you know, the best part of Jason being in the realm, he gets to avenge his dead mother for all eternity. That's true, Dustnor. That's very true. Welcome, welcome to stream. She's gonna get hatch. I think I heard hatch here a second, Dread Knights. Where are you going? Where are you going? I wish I had a spear. Oh, never mind. Wait, don't tell me the hatch is... Where's the hatch? Where's the hatch? Where's the hatch? Where's the... You little tart, you. She got the hatch. Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. You can't get a 4K all the time. I didn't know the hatch was maybe right behind me. That was a visual glitch, perhaps? Skill issue. It was a skill issue. It was a skill issue, indeed. Right, so Slasher, that's basically how it works. Again, when he's in Omnipresent Evil, you have to kind of position him a certain way, so it is a little bit tricky in regards to, like, the windows, the pallets. Again, we're just going to be playtesting today in custom, so I can kind of get used to the spears, in particular projectiles, because it's really hard to hit them. I've been practicing this. I've seen some other streamers that have done some really amazing stuff, where they're able to throw it overhead, like a javelin, and still connect with it. I'm not there just yet. It's going to take a while, which is why we're doing these practice sessions. I'll also be doing more practice sessions of this over on Twitch TV tomorrow. Eventually, I think maybe next week, if Jason's still available in the PTB, I'll do customs, but I'm not going to do customs with viewers today. Not to mention, Jason probably enjoys DBD since his Friday the 13th game is pretty much dead. Yeah, unfortunately, that is the case. I am happy about it, because here's a fun little fact about Dead by Daylight. A long time ago, when Dead by Daylight, you know, 10 years ago at this point, started its inception, when it started the game, the Trapper has always been meant to be Jason, like a homage to Jason Voorhees. And they could never get him in the game because obviously there was Friday the 13th the game, and then there was the lawsuit, unfortunately, that caused Friday the 13th the game to shut down. It would have been kind of cool to see what would have happened had the Friday the 13th lawsuit not happened, but, you know. Oh, I missed that spear! How could I miss that? But there's a lot of lovely people there. We're going to continue to give chase. Hello there. I like your ponytail, or man bun. Man buns are still stylish, right, Dread Knights? Almost certainly they're still stylish. I gotta grab a projectile, but he made a quick dip there. I think we can get away with this, right? There's not too many places he can run to. They broke my Hexer in, so no more gem regression perks for me. Hit him with the spear! You gotta get it exact here, because there's not, like, you know, auto-aim, so to speak. Some people claim there's, like, auto-aim, but I don't feel like that's the case, because I've missed a lot of spears. Sometimes I felt like aim assist would have helped there. So it's kind of fascinating in that retrospect. Alright. We're not gonna, obviously, face camp on the hook, because there is actually punishment that can happen there. Are you a fan of Friday the 13th, the game, Dustnor? How is your day going for you as well? Okay, so they made the save. That was pretty fast, so they're basically going to be bunched up a bit. How much you want Freddy is now in hiding since he has Sister Jason? Well, here's a funny story. In Jason's lore in Dead by Daylight, it's a little bit different than it is in Friday the 13th, because this is their own interpretation of Jason. That's the way how they're able to kind of avoid if in the future a nerd type of copyright lawsuit ends up happening. So in the lore of Dead by Daylight, Jason is a resident of Greenville. Greenville is the place where Michaela and Sable are from, as well as the Unknown. So in Jason's lore, he actually is fighting the Unknown in his lore. So the Unknown has his neck kind of twisted and snapped. That was Jason giving him the business. So apparently they were fighting for territory in Greenville, which I think is just kind of cool, you know? Like, I wonder if we're going to get more like Jason squaring up with people. There are people who have wanted to see like Freddy and Jason do a 2v8, but here's the problem with that, doing 2v8 mode with Jason and Freddy. Both license holders have to agree to that. And in the past, in other video games, it's very hard to get license holders to agree on having two characters even in a 2v8 mode. So I think we'll get Jason and the Unknown, and that's why it's part of the lore. Yes. Had I hit him exactly by the wall, we could have done a different mini-mori. Here, I don't have to necessarily do the regular one because I've impaled him with the spear. I can do a very quick, fast kill. It's very similar to Pyramid Head. If any of you in chat are familiar with Pyramid Head, chapter in Dead by Daylight. Okay, let's go up here. I'm doing this hopefully to get some... Okay, I'm surprised Killer Instinct didn't go off there, but it's fine. This is a happy accident. Grab the sphere again. Oh, it's Ada! Best girl in Resident Evil. Changed my mind. Any of you have a favorite Resident Evil character in chat? Throw that spear. Yes, baby! That's sweet, sweet suffering! Let's go. Although, in front of that spear, we're a little bit slower. Guess you could say Jason stole Springtrap's spotlight. Honestly, I would say Jason is a much better Springtrap in the sense that he has a lot more mobility, and his teleport doesn't give survivors the ability to teleport. I feel like, and a lot of people have touched on it, this is like a combination of a little bit of Springtrap's power, a little bit of Spirit's power, and some people consider like the spear in a way because you can kind of like do a mini-mori, like a mix between Pyramid Head and Gunslinger, or Deathslinger as he's called. I don't really necessarily agree with that. Like, to me, he feels more like Jason, and then you gave him the Friday the 13th powers, and then you give him Projectile. But, you know, are you a fan of Springtrap? Have you played Springtrap in WDI? I did do a while back here in the channel a spotlight with Springtrap. I liked Springtrap. I've got to miss this. Yeah, I waited too late on that. But we can force her into a situation where she keeps looping this until the point that the window is blocked off. Where are you going? Wow, what was that squealing? Why do I have pig noises all of a sudden? It's okay. Killer Instinct here will know where she is. She dropped down by the staircase area. Ooh, Ada. There's a problem with that. You are bleeding and nobody is healing you, so I can just track your bloodstains. Oh, Missy. Maybe we should break chase, though, because if we spend too much time here, the rest of the gens are going to be gone, so I don't want that to happen. Have you played Dead by Daylight, by the way, Dustnor? If you did, do you play a lot of Survivor? Do you play a lot of Killer? What do you play in here? If you do play. Alright, let's look around. Okay. Not great, not bad necessarily. I mean, I saw the cloud there, so we should be fine. Is that Ada? No, it's Claudette. Claudette, do you want some sweet, sweet suffering? Swing! Let's go. Did you come back to me? It's true what they say. They always come back if it was meant to be. Alright. Let's throw it! I missed! I was too low on that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's okay. It's okay. Don't panic. Who's panicking? I'm not the one's panicking. You're the one's panicking, Dread Knights. I do have to break this pallet. If I don't do it here, it's going to be a very dumb mistake. We might be able to get Bloodlust here, but my biggest fear is we're going to give up a gen to do it. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. 2 gens left. Come back here, Claudette. I'm not done with you. She's literally giving us a run for money. Did you drop in her pallet? No. I don't think I can aim this. Ooh, that was smart. I can't get mad at that, but she was trying to go for the pallet. Alright. Let me get the projectile first, even though that's a little bit of a waste of time here, Dread Knights. And then we will put her on the hook. You know what they say, don't get left on the hook. Okay, good. Put it here. Okay. Alright. You know, you never want to get left on the hook here, Dread Knights. You never want to do that. Okay. Let's see. I'll go through here. Let's see. For me, the day's pretty good, and I used to play Friday the 13th. I enjoyed using Part 7 skin. New Blood. There's a skin, I will show it off in a little bit, where it kind of, you can make it like the New Blood, in a way. I missed! Not again. Not again, not again, not again. If at times I miss your chat, I apologize. It's not that I'm ignoring you. Still, because this is a very intense match of Dead by Daylight, I do have to focus and lock in at times. I might not be able to look away, but I'm not ignoring you. I appreciate everybody that's hanging out. I appreciate everybody that's chatting. You know, you help the streams go and flow. One thing that's not flowing right now is us. We're down to 1 gem, but I am confident that we can turn this around. I just have to stop chasing this babe. She doesn't want to be chased. You know what they say, if they're not interested in being chased, don't give chase to them, right? That's a joke, right? Dread likes to be chased. That's a fun streamer lure to be. I like a little good chase, you know? Makes you feel important sometimes, right? Who doesn't want to feel important? Alright, let's see here. Hi! Oh, you brought a friend! Hi! I should deal with you first, but you're in the way. Borrow time. Of course it's borrow time. Why would it be borrow time? What was I thinking? I didn't even count 20 seconds. It's fine. You know, Claudette, you might have ruined this run. Dreadites, I'm sorry. YouTube-san did that. YouTube-san. No. We're back. I apologize for that. YouTube-san, internet went blur. Fortunately, it didn't kick us out of the lobby here. We're fine. Swing! Oh, no. Oh, no, that was unfortunate. It's okay. We're good. No worries. Alright. Still in this one. Good positioning here. Oh, no. Let's go. Put them on the hook. Nice. Still good. Just gotta lock in here. Sorry about that if you had an issue. YouTube. We got disconnected there. We're back. We're good. Kinda good. We're still down to 1 gen. It's a free gen situation, though. I think we can bait this out, maybe, for at least a free K. Because it'd be a miracle if I can find Hatch here. Unless, good old Leon wants to be a rescuer here. And save. You never know. There's a possibility that maybe they save. No. Don't go chase some waterfalls. I can't sing the rest of that song because I'll get in trouble. Alright. Where do you think Leon is? I think Leon's been working on this gen. Actually, we don't have a Leon, it's Vito. I just keep getting mixed up with the jacket, because he has a jacket similar in. Okay. Nice. Nothing there. It's okay. It's okay. We're good. Get back here, Ada! Where are you off to? I see you brought Leon, or not Leon. Vito, right? Is that Vito? Yeah, that's Vito. I'm sorry, I keep getting confused because Leon has a brown jacket in Resident Evil 4. I believe he has that cosmetic in Dead by Daylight. I don't know. I haven't updated any of my Resident Evil cosmetics in a while. Did they put Old Man Leon yet in Dead by Daylight? Can we get Resident Evil 9 Leon as a skin? I would like to see that. Anybody else in chat want to see that? You made a save. Oh, you didn't make a save. You... Hey, hi there, buddy. You want to save your new girlfriend? I can't have that happening, bro. No. Grab. I didn't have time to grab the hook. That's fine. It's fine. We're good. There's a meat pile there, or a metal pile. We'll grab that if we need to. Vito. Vito, you can't save your girlfriend. I really want that 4K, Vito. I need this 4K, Vito. I think we got the 4K there. Time to get the Mori! Let's do this. Swing! Rip your guts like so. Let's kick this over. And ignite them. Light the fire, Dread Knights. Anybody got some s'mores? That was delicious. Sweet, sweet suffering indeed. That was so fun. Wasn't that fun? Dead by Daylight's fun. You know, it's a bit of a stressful game, though, as a killer there. For the perks that I'm using, I'm not using any of the Jason perks. I'm sorry about that. I'm using Merciless Storm. Hex Ruin. As you can see, Whispers for a little bit of tracking there. I'm gonna do something here a quick second because I want to see on the blood web if there's anything. Also, look at his cool little intro when you actually bring Jason out. Isn't that so sweet? Isn't that so cool? Isn't that fascinating? Tell me it's fascinating, Dread Knights. Tell me, tell me. Give me what I want. Alright, let's look here. I'm gonna get these because I might be able to get extra add-ons. Because I don't know if I have the iridescent things, because that's the thing when you're playing in customs. Boom. 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 Let me see if I can move chat up a little bit while I'm at it. For a quick second here. I know. That way you guys can see a little bit more of like what's happening with the survivors there. My apologies. How is everybody? How is everybody? We're going to be doing more customs. Because the reason is if we don't do customs, we'll be waiting 40 minutes for a match. We got to our stream. I want to get in as many Jason matches as I can. Doesn't look like we had any... Oh, we do have iridescence for him. We have iridescent boat motor. That actually seems okay. Is there anything with his spear, though? That's what I want to... Dirty money. Okay, so you get a spike. Oh, when you don't have a spike in your hand, so you have to go back and reload. I'm going to try this out for science. I'm not going to get rid of that one, because I kind of like that. Particular add-on, Blaze Smile. Does anybody have recommendations in chat of any of the add-ons that we could particularly use? It's okay to give advice on add-ons, you know. A little bit of light backseating is perfectly fine, because I don't mind that in this particular situation, because of the PTB, I'm just playing with bots, right? You know, so if you have something that you've discovered with Jason Voorhees that I haven't personally, you're more than welcome to give your insight there. Custom game. Like, it's nice and quiet. I will use the cosmetics for Jason. It's just I want to kind of, you know, divvy it up. A couple with this skin, a couple with the other skin. We'll be here for 2 hours. Sit back, relax. Grab a comfy beverage of your choice. I wish I had a nice comfy beverage. I have water. I would have loved the milkshake, though. Okay, we're in the Rotten Field. This is not a good map, because I can't see Jack Diddley squat here. One of the things about me that you will notice is I try to avoid cursing. I don't do anything that would be considered not safe for work, so I try to keep it very positive, particularly in Dead by Daylight. I don't take the matches super seriously anymore. I used to back in the day. Hi there, buddy! Where are you going? Where are you going, bro? Where are you going? Come back here. Hi there! That's Jonah. Hello there, Vasquez. Did you want to hit me with a pallet? I can't have you doing that, bro. Come back here. Come back here. Don't you run away from me. Don't you loop me through this pallet. Don't you loop me through this pallet. How dare you? Don't you dare loop me. I've been playing Dead by Daylight a very, very long time, though. Ironically, Dead by Daylight is how I got into VTubing. Because I used to do Twitch streaming back in, like, 2019, before I even did VTubing. So I was just a voice back then, still Dreadscape Gaming. And I used to watch a lot of a retired VTuber, Senzawa, who played a lot of Dead by Daylight, and that's just kind of how I really got interested in VTubing, and that's how I became a VTuber, ironically. Because I got inspired. I was like, what is this VTuber model? This looks kind of cool. This looks kind of fun. I would like to try my hand at that. And that is basically what ended up happening. Alright. So. Alright. Alright. Swing! We got him. We got him, bros. We got him. We're doing it. The problem is this is actually a very safe loop for them, so I'm just gonna grab the spear. Because I can't hit Gabriel from here. The entity is not happy. I don't know. Honestly, I have to force him to drop a pallet or break chase here, because I might give up too many gens. I don't think this is worth continuing this chase. This is too safe of a loop for him. Way too safe. Dread Knights. Ha. Got Killer Instinct, which is good for his scream, but he's not near the pallet. And I don't know. This... We give a little bit here. The box. I don't think this is wise. Maybe we quit this. I don't think this is wise. Maybe? Not too late. I would have had to been charging up the spear a little bit quicker. Kick. Alright. That's fine. Camera will be perfect, Dread Knights. There's a gen here. Killer Instinct. There's the Killer Instinct there. Good, 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 good. I will probably be doing more Dead by Daylight after the stream even ends. Anybody wants to link up back, and then you're more than welcome to, because I do want to try also Survivor in PTP, but I think we'll be waiting forever. I'm not going to do it on stream because I want to get in many matches. Jason, I see the scratch marks. I'm trying to predict something, though. Just in case, because they have been benched up quite a bit. Nope. Misjudged there. Alright. Let's kick it easy, Jen. Okay, good. Continue to push here. Path of Evil. I don't see... Okay. I hear it. I don't see it, so that means they're pretty far away. Either maybe they went to the basement to check on an item or something else. You know. Let's see here. Oh, they went and made a blunder. That gen has been messed up. Okay. They weren't there. Are you a cat? How did you manage to avoid so quickly? Okay, that's regressed. Maybe it was behind us and the sound that we were hearing wasn't actually a gen being worked on. Whoa! There it is. It's okay. The problem is there's not a decent jump scare point here. And they already were out because they knew. Let's kick. Is that somebody hiding there? No, that's a piece of wood. I should check the lockers. I don't think that's the play here. This is why I hate this map. This map is... I don't want to say it's survivor-sided. Oh, hi there, buddy! Oh, you brought a friend. Let's take care of you first, if I can. This damn wheat field! Get out of my way! I wish I could use the machete to cut some of this down. That would be kind of cool in Dead by Daylight if you could actually cut some of this stuff. If you could have more destructible environments, that would be nice. Let's grab the spear. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we can hit that. We can't. I'm about confirmed it's okay. Let's go. That's fine. We forced them out of that area. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Swing! Free gens already, though, man. Those gens go by so quick. Let's put them on the hook. Let's grab that spear. Okay. This is the spear of justice. We will pierce through the darkness with it. Technically, we are the darkness. It's been kind of quiet since that gen popped. Don't you think so, Dread Knights? Let's see. Hello? They made the save. But I do want to check that gen just in case. Nothing there. Okay. That's fine. They went and saved their buddy. They healed their buddy already, too. Isn't that nice? You know what they say? Strength in numbers. You gotta have a friend sometime. You got a friend in me. Let's see here. Nothing. Nobody here's a fan of Toy Story? How dare you? That's a really good movie. Where are you going? That's blocked off. Oh, they were there. Merciless Storm came in handy here. Where are you? Come out, wherever you are! Ollie, ollie, oxen free! I can't hit you with that spear. This is a short loop, though. I might be able to... No! No! Okay, kick it. Stop being a little baby, Dread. Alright. Let's go. Ha 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 ha. Now this gen's almost ready to pop. Let's kick it. Nice. Look around. Let's give chase. Oh. Oh. Hi there! Did you think you could run away from Jason, Yui? Oh, take a hit there, get impaled. Prepare to be penetrated with the spear. Get your mind out of the gutter, Dread Knights. Oh, we were losing a lot of gens, though. I don't like our chances. Swing! That's your first hook? Oh my goodness. This map is a little bit stressful. It's okay. It's okay. Let's put them on the hook. Alright. They are breezing for these gens. I'm doing this. Oh, hi there! That's a jump scare, by the way. That's the one thing I love about Jason. You can do those jump scares, but positioning is so important. I don't... Oh, she was going to go save her friend. Should I let you save them? You're gonna keep doing this? That's fine. I will get Bloodlust eventually, and then I could either swing... Oh, I swear we had that spear. I swore we had it. Skill issue. It's fine. This is what the practice sessions are for, Dread Knights. Swing! Got ya. Slow vault. Too easy. If you slow vault that, maybe a fast vault, she would have gotten away with that. Do we have a basement? We have a basement. Ask, and the entity shall grant you your deepest desires. It's Basement Bubba all over again. Just now we're Basement Jason. I remember I used to do a Basement Bubba build. And I think there's an old YouTube video of it where I had, like, the most angry survivors ever. That's kind of why I stopped really streaming a lot of killer gameplay, too. Because back in the day, you know, before we had streamer mode for this game, a lot of people, like, if you would do stuff like Basement Bubba or you would do some silly strategies, would scream at you, "Hi, you want to go in the basement, too? Do you want to go into Jason's secret dungeon? I can grant that. What are you doing still here? Oh, because you have borrowed time. Okay, fine. Get out of here. Scram. I'll chase you all over again." You know what they say. Yes! Let's go. I'm sorry, I had to really focus there. I was gonna say women are always tripping, bros. I can't. Let's put you back in the basement. Go back into my dungeon. I mean, why did you want to leave there? It was nice down there. There was hooks. There was stuff there. It was a pleasant. Isn't this pleasant? Wouldn't you Dread Knights want to be in this dungeon? No, you wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be in this place. This place is a disaster. I think we could just do basement strat and then turn the game around. Because they're going to be altruistic. See the red clouds there? Hi! Did you forget about Jason jump scare? Oh, you're injured. Oh, but you have a pallet. Aw. I love the pallet density. It said no one ever... Look, we impaled them on the wall. So you can impale on the wall, by the way, too. Isn't that freaking cool? If he was on his death hook state, we could give him a Mori there and sham this down his throat, literally. But unfortunately he wasn't. That's okay, it's still hook. That gives them time to make the save in the basement. I could go back. Oh, hi there. But we're behind them. Hi. Probably should have positioned that a little bit differently. Again, that's why it's like, turning them around is important. Which is a little bit difficult with this part, particularly on controller. Hi, Yui. Got ya. She went far back with that one, though. That was way far. We're like javelin hunting at this point. Yui, where are you going? I wish I had a spear in this case. If we vault the window, we get a spear. Because that's one of the add-ons I used. Let's see if it pays off here and gives us a little bit of value. I hit ya! Nice. Nice. If they run a straight line, it's the easiest to hit the spear. Okay. Lock in. Go on this hook. That's a fun chase. I do like her biker outfit, though. Break the pallet. I don't want to deal with that later. I hear some wailing. I'm going to assume this gen is the one they're on. Hi. What's up, Gabriel? Oh, hey, Jonah. So they're just all paired up here. I mean, gen rushing is good, but usually in this position, obviously you're bots, right? But if you're an IRL player, you would have spread out to do 2 separate gens here. Or do 1 gen and have somebody else make the save. Jonah! Jonah! It's too early for sure. I whiffed. I whiffed on that. I deserve that one. Point and laugh. Point at laugh at me, Dread Knights. I don't know if I can get this. Probably not. Nope. Misjudged you. I thought you were going to go back. He might get away here. This might actually be one of those situations where it probably should break chase. Yeah. Let's go back and take care of the person over there. I actually don't remember where they were, so let's just use this. They're behind me. Now, the question is, do I go back behind, or should I go for Jonah? I kind of want to go for Jonah in this situation, but... let's play this cool. I need them back on those generators again. So hopefully, they're going to go over here. Misjudged. The other thing, too, is when Jason uses his omnipresent evil, he can block a window or a pallet. So that's kind of nice if you're able to time it just right. Let's go. Where are you? They're doing a good job of hiding now. Maybe northeastern quadrant? Yep. Hello? Is that you? Yui? Hi. Oh, Yui. You're in a bad spot, my friend. Oh, Missy. You shouldn't mess around with the wrong crowd. We got her. Impaled her. We could do a quick Mori here. The mini Mori, as it's called. Step on her head, and then we could rip it out. Jason has mini Moris. Also, if we threw them, impaled them on the wall, we could do another one where you can grab the spike and then spike them through the mouth. Don't make that more gross and weird as it sounds, but that's really what you could do. I'll try to do it on stream, but it's not easy because you have to do kind of like a trick shot and you have to get the timing right. Woo! So, how many survivors are left? 2. We have a Rebecca. Then we have this fool here. That's Rebecca. Can we chase Rebecca? How cool is it, too, that now we have Jason in here and you can, like, kill people from Resident Evil. You can have dream matches that you could never have in other video games. Is she gonna keep running this? Probably not. Most likely not. I don't think it's worth it. If the window gets blocked, which it did. But she's got a pallet here. She's kind of safe. She dropped it. I can't see because of the cornfield, though. Oh, the cornfield always pisses me off a little bit. This is perfect for survivors. Like, when I play Survivor, I like to hide in the cornfield and use, like, a costume that's very similar to the color. So you could just, like, throw this killer off. I also use Off the Record because you can hide, like, your grunts and stuff. Even though they've nerfed Off the Record quite a bit. Anybody in chat have, like, a favorite perk that they use? The new perk, there's, like, new Survivor perks on the PTB. For a Survivor that has yet to be announced, which I find fascinating. I still think it's a high chance that it's probably Julian. Julian, for those of you who don't know, is a friend of Michaela and Sable from those chapters. He's kind of like a... I don't know how to describe him. Anybody here ever watched Scott Pilgrim versus the World? Or read the comics? He's kind of like Scott Pilgrim, at least in design with the hair and stuff. But he's like another goth friend of theirs. Apparently he's like an investigator, a paranormal investigator in regards to the lore. So I think he's probably the survivor, because the survivor that's going to be coming is not related to the Jason chapter. Behavior already confirmed that for us. So I'm thinking it's Julian. Another theory that a lot of people have is Dead by Daylight Twitter did, or X as it's called now, did tweet Rhea Ripley. And Rhea Ripley is from WWE. She's the women's champion concurrently. And they were like, hey, do you play DBD? So maybe it's Rhea Ripley, even though the perks don't read like what you would expect. So who knows, you know? That would be kind of cool, too. I wouldn't mind to see a Rhea Ripley crossover. I would play Rhea Ripley if she were in Dead by Daylight. I'm a fan of her in wrestling. I'm a big wrestling fan, for those of you who don't know. We got the spear there. Good. My only concern is she's got a pretty good loop here. If there's a pallet here, it's going to get annoying, which it's probably going to... Oh, it's a window, but I missed it. No! I swung too late, but we'll get her on this one. That's a slow vault there. A fast vault, maybe she would have been able to get away there. Alright, let's pick her up. Oh, never mind. Correction. I am doing the kill. Kill is better. Boom! Kick the gas can that's not actually there. No, you're burning. Alright, winner survivor. Let's go. I can't. There's no jump scare areas here. That's the problem. Other thing too is if after a while, like if this area is kind of safe, like I have to go to the nearest jump scare, which is not ideal. Alright, alright, alright. What should we do here? They potentially could get a hatch if they leave them. They did the doors. That's surprising. I mean, you do me a favor for the 4K here. Not all bots are created equal, as the saying goes. Unless he escapes. Why did I throw that? I don't know. He's a dum-dum and he runs into that. That's fine. Let's continue to give chase here. He's got the fast vault. Let's wait on that. Fast vaulted again. Are you going to do it for the third time instead of running the loop? You did. You don't have anywhere to go unless you have a pallet, which you don't, because we took care of all of them. Let's give him... Put him on a hook. We still have to worry about the other person that can do the door, though. That's unfortunate. I thought it was a... I think we're going to have to sell for 3K here, Dread Knights. I don't think we'll be able to get the rest of it. Alright. Because I have to predict which way they're going. They're probably at that door. If they're smart, they leave. If they're smart, they leave. And I don't think we should really go into omnipresent mode. Maybe? just so we can kind of force them out. Because if I teleport there, they're gonna go back for the save. I can't make the free K. I'll sell for a free K. That's considered a win in Dead by Daylight. Huzzah! Free K, free K. That was good. That was good. That was fun. It was fun. I had fun. Did you have fun, Dread Knights? Yes! Jason has overcome the odds. One escape. It was a survivor, right? It was the final dude. How many times could you say in a horror thing that it's a final dude that survives? In all the Friday the 13th movies, there's only been 2 instances where a guy survived at the end. Friday the 13th Part 7? With the boy toy that got out with the Carrie wannabe. I'm going to switch cosmetics out. Jason has 4 cosmetics in Dead by Daylight. This is not a sponsored stream, by the way. I'm doing this out of my own volition. So, we'll get that one. We can potentially here. Maybe I'm going to switch. This mask is cool. So we can make him look like the New Blood. Isn't that cool? He's got the chains and everything. He's like underwater. How can you not like that? So we'll use this Jason fit now. This is my favorite cosmetic of them all. Let me take a sip of hydration here. Because my voice will be killing me by the end of this. That's delicious hydration, Dread Knights. Alright. Let's go. Survivors 10 to... Run with a plan. I don't know if that's the case. Have you ever played solo queue? Have you ever played solo queue in Dead by Daylight? It's very rarely that you get survivors that have a plan, an idea of what they're doing. Alright, let's go. Let's make Mama proud! It's a shame that they couldn't get Pamela Voorhees voice lines, but again, Friday the 13th Part 1. Hey, look! Red clouds, but I went the wrong direction, but it's fine. That might work in our benefit here. Because we're gonna run anyway when they heard that. You didn't jump in the lockers. Where the heck did you jump into? You fast vaulted? Fast vaulted over there? That's kind of surprising. You would. Hi! It's Rebecca! Sorry about your luck, Rebecca! Anybody here South Park fans? New season's coming out pretty soon. I still haven't watched most of the last season, though. Been pretty busy. Sorry about your freaking luck, Rebecca! Rebecca's giving us the loop-de-loop. Bloodlust? Maybe we should go this way? Bloodlust? Bloodlust? They got rid of my Hex rune already, man. That barely lasts. Swing! Got ya. I'm getting pretty good with the spear so far, Dread Knights. What do you think? We're starting to connect on a lot of these. Obviously, when we do play as Jason live servers, I don't expect the spears to be that easy, though. You know? Alright. But we haven't gotten much better with the spears. Put them on a hook. Hang out there, Rebecca. Calm down. Calm down, you're just on a hook! See the footsteps? Again, because you can't see scratch marks, but we can track them this way. That, in a way, is like the power that he has in Friday the 13th, the game, where it's sense. Let's swing, except you don't get footprints. Yui! Yui, how did we get the cow farm 2 times in a row, too? That's, like, annoying when you get the same map rotation. But it happens, it happens. We already know the map layout, though, so we'll be fine, we'll be fine. I'm not molding, you're the ones molding. Dread would never mold. Hang out on this hook, Yui. Think about the consequences of your actions, Yui. Let's go. Over here? Maybe? There is somebody. Okay, it's over there. You were trying to make the save. You're in the barn. Who told you you could go into my property? Who told me you could go into this barn? You better not have been doing any hanky-panky in this barn, I swear. Alright, let's go through here. See the red stains there? The red clouds? That's how you track them. Isn't that very like Friday the 13th the game? If you've ever played it? So I don't know why people are... Some people are a little bit upset with Jason. I'm like, no, they treated him perfectly. This is a letter of love to not just Jason Universe Friday the 13th, but Friday the 13th the game. Alright, we got that hit. That was actually pretty smooth, don't you think? Because I got that right out of the corner of the window. We're making good strides here, Dread Knights. Good strides. I'm getting better with the spear. It's just practice, right? Like anything. Okay. Good. Let's look through here. Alright. See the red stains again? I'm surprised you could see it through the walls. I didn't think that that was part of his power, too. That might make them a little bit more viable on the game map, too. Which is the 2-level map. It's Gideon's Meat Plant, to be exact. Which is from the Saw chapter, for those of you who don't know. Okay. Okay. Wow, got him. I wasn't expecting him to run a straight line, but again, that was kind of easy to predict. Okay, they made the save. That's fine. I mean, in this particular match, everything's going our way. It's a 4-gen situation, and we've already gotten everybody on a hook state already, so we're doing good. There's the footprints, like I said, part of the power. They don't know that I'm here. We're undetectable. The only thing they can see is the fog right now. Okay. Brrr! It was behind us, I think. Yep. Okay. Scratch marks. Where are you? Trying to make the save. I don't want to stay there too long because they could jump off the hook. That's part of anti-face camping, for those who don't know. So if you ever played like Dead by Daylight back in the day and a killer would just stand there staring at you on the hook to try to get you out of the game, you can't do that anymore. Because they can just jump off the hook. You get punished by it. You should never do that, really. There's only, like, basement bubbles, the only thing you could really do in regards to that. But you usually will lose the game as killer if you try to, like, face camp somebody out of the game. On top of that, it's just kind of a mean thing to do. Like, I know there's also tunneling. Tunneling, like, for people who say that because it's, like, the unofficial rules and stuff. Like, I don't mind necessarily tunneling because if you're in a really bad spot, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not one of those players, like... But I also understand it's frustrating, right? From, main player. I think I should throw the spear. Don't block him! He was gonna drop the pallet on my head. That was the play. But we were able to get a bit of haste there. Is there a basement here? There is not. I wanted to do a little bit of basement Jason. Oh, the gens are popping now. They might be coming back here. Can't have that happen in Dreadnoughts. Chill out, bro. You're just on a hook. It's just a little hook for the shoulder. Oh, I see a hook. Trying to make the save. They're behind me. Hi. You should not save your teammate. You should run, cower in fear. I see them there. I'm trying to trick them. Because I want to go back to get them. I'm going to do a little bit of tunneling, I guess you could say. On top of that, since there's another person out in the open. See, I have the position here. I didn't see the red mark, so they might have gotten away. We hooked them somewhere around here, I'm surprised. Maybe there's a cooldown on that power. I could have maybe potato brain that there. You never know, Dread Knights. Maybe that's just the gen they're working on. We have to kick this. Gotta start doing our job. Do a little bit of gem patrolling here. Ha ha ha. Footsteps. I'm pretty sure I saw footsteps. Did you? Yep. Alright. What? Who is it? It's Jonah! Hi, Jonah. Where are you going? Don't hide in the cornfield. I might be able to hit this. I can. We got him kind of on the leg, but it stabs him through the torso. That's a bad spot for you, bro. There's nowhere you can go. That's kind of a dead zone, as they would consider in Dead by Daylight, for those of you who don't know. Let's put them on the hook. I really shouldn't go for the pad, because what if there's a survivor there and they could just dunk it on the head? That's a very viable strategy as a survivor. Yeah, I do that all the time. I don't know if I'm going to be putting any survivor rounds on Twitch tomorrow. Probably not. I haven't really... I will do live servers next week, though. I do plan to play on Dead by Daylight live servers, go back to them. I just wanted to focus on PTB this week, because it's the new shiny toy. It's one of my favorite shiny toys. There's the red mark there, but we have to jump scare. I should have positioned that, but it's fine. Because I think if I did the R way, I wouldn't have been in sight for them. Get out of my way, Rebecca! Who told you to get in the way? Do you want to be next? Do you want to be next? Fine. We'll spare your boyfriend Jonah for now. I hate this. This is the perfect loop for them. I would have to get a lot of bloodlust. I think that's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I'm not even going to give it that chase. That's too safe. Way too long of a narrow corridor, too. Okay, this is thanks to Merciless Storm. I'm going to do this just in case there's somebody here for the Killer Instinct, which there's not. We'll kick it. Problem is, if I kick that a third time, we get punished for that, because that's one of the things that they did for anti-kicking. I don't know why they have the anti-kicking thing in the game. I feel like, at least let us have that as killers. But it's fine. I see you, Gabriel. Did we hit? Did we hit? No, we didn't. Oh, we did hit. Okay, I thought I heard a noise. I wasn't too sure. Another gen, 2-gen situation, but we're not losing this, but I'm gonna kill him. Get up here! I had to chase you. Way too much here. Rip your guts out. This is like a freaking fatality in Mortal Kombat, isn't it? There we go. Look at that. Doesn't he look cool in that costume? It's very New Blood-esque. So I appreciate what the devs did with the mixing and matching of pieces too, because none of the cosmetics and the sets are locked to each other, so you can kind of mix and match to get these really cool looking designs for Jason. I will also play as like one or two other ones. Hi, Rebecca! Did you think I forgot about you, Rebecca? No, 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 honey. I have a score to sell with you. There's the basement. I don't know if I can hit this, because she wants to drop the pallet. I don't know if I can time that. I was too early, actually, there. Well, she probably's not gonna... Oh, there's another pallet there. Gotta love pallet density. That's fine. I mean, this is there to help survivors get away from this situation, so I understand it. But in certain maps, when you have this many pallets that are too safe, then you run into these one-gen situations, which is a little bit of fatigue, right? You know? Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Kind of good. I actually have to get him out. I missed! Oh no! Remember I said we were doing so well with the spears? Well, that's no longer the case. Grab this. Alright. Push through here. Ha ha ha. We could do it, I believe. I believe, Dread Knights. Should have repositioned our way, but I don't think it matters. Nobody's there. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? I'm practicing because I do have the world's worst karaoke coming up in the middle of June. Let's kick this. Okay. Scratch marks. I see some scratch marks. They're running. You better run. Hey, it's Rebecca. I missed Tulu. Oh, never mind. She decided to run into my arms there, Dread Knights. I don't get it. It's bots. Sometimes bots do really silly things. An actual player probably wouldn't do that unless they're trying to do like a 180 spin to avoid the hit. But you can only really do that if you're like on PC. And you have to be very, very, very good at it. Yerv, who's a streamer that streams variety content but plays Dead by Daylight sometimes. See a footsteps there? That was actually perfect that they ran in there. They want to make the save. He's very good at doing those 180 spins and doing stuff of that nature. I'm not as good at doing that as Survivor because I play mostly controller. Alright, let's see here. Yui! If I'm not mistaken, also Polyester, who's a Fog Whisperer. He's very good at doing like 180 spins too. You know, they got way more hours in Dead by Daylight than I do. I have like 800 hours on PC and I have like 200 hours on Switch platform. 1,000 hours and I say I'm still not good at this game. That's kind of funny. 1,000 hours total. I don't feel like I've cracked the surface. Hello? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, my dear? Making on that gen? I can't have you do that. Oh, they're all here. The gang's all here. That window. I wanted to show you the mini Mori. Oh, well. That was my fault. I should have swung. I swung too early. She's not gonna run again because it's blocked. I might have made the world's worst mistake there. There's a lot of on your feet thinking here. On the fly thinking. How did that miss? That was definitely on... she blocked it with the pallet. She blocked it with the pallet there. That's how it missed. Okay, I will have to kick this as much as I don't want to right now. Oh no, Dread Knights, this is looking kind of scary. We have a couple people on like Deathlook and stuff, but there's this one gen situation. If they do the doors, we might be lucky if we get a 2K here. But I believe we can do it. Do you believe? Do you believe in me the way that I believe in all of you? Honestly, we should have had like a lucky rabbit on her shoulder. Maybe give us a little bit of extra luck here, but you know, I forgot to bring Lucky out today. Maybe for Friday's stream, I don't know, you never know. Let's go kick this gen. A little bit of regression here. I want to try this and see if we can get away with it for Killer Instinct. If she hangs there. She does. She was hanging by the wall, that's what happened there. But she's gonna have this pallet, unless she's in one of the lockers. But if she had Killer Instinct on her, she probably would have jumped out of the locker by now, right? And so I would figure. Apparently one of my chatters doesn't like rabbits. Rabbits are freaking cool. Alright. So let's go for here. Alright, reposition. The crow. The crow. Nothing can be seen here. Oh, hi! I didn't forget about you! I missed that like a bot again. Let's pick this up. Rebecca! Where are you going, Rebecca? Come back here, Rebecca. I gotta hit this. Yes, let's go. We gotta hit. She won't run that loop again. Not if she's smart. She's gonna go for the next one. Thank you, whoever that was on Twitch, for the follow, or whatever it was. I do greatly appreciate that. I'm not on Twitch today, but I appreciate that follow. We'll be on Twitch TV tomorrow. Oh, girly, girly, you made a mistake, honey. You should have stayed in Raccoon City. Look at this. Look at this. Listen. We can see the Mori in all its pure glory here. Look at the outfit. Look at the fit. It really looks like New Blade Jason. I'm so hyped here. Scream. Nice, nice, nice. Ha 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 ha. Go through here. We're able to turn it around now. I'm confident. I don't know if we're gonna get the 4K. 2K right now. Maybe a 3K is possible. You never know. Maybe a 3K is not possible. They did the doors. They were used the Mori to their advantage. We probably should have put them on a hook. I was playing with my food, and I deserve that. I mean, if we can predict which door they're making, there might be a way to turn this around. Blood Warden would kind of be good in this situation, because Blood Warden says when the gates are powered, or not the gates, but when you finish the last generator, it blocks the gates for a certain amount of time. There's another perk that does that too. Is it No Way Out, if I'm not mistaken? It's a trickster perk. It's been a while since I've used a lot of them. There's Blood Warden, No Way Out. I would probably put No Way Out on Jason. Let's see here. I hear you running a pallet. I hear you. Can we get at least a 3K here? That is the major question, Dread Knights. I'm gonna break this pallet, although I should probably use the power to break it. Trying to see also, I'm like patrolling 2 doors right now to be able to turn this around. Nothing there. Oh, that's so unfortunate. They might both escape here. I don't know, Dread Knights. We got a 2-door situation with 2 survivors. The best I can probably hope for is a 3K here. Unless they both really make mistakes or get so scared neither of them do this door. We're at a door standoff right now. One of you do the doors! Do the doors! I beg of you. That way at least we can figure out the situation. I think they're too scared to do them. Nobody in the lockers either, because if they're in the lockers, Killer Instinct would have went off. They're not hiding in the corners. Are they waiting for the other one to die so that then one of them can get hatched? I could believe that. Because this is very typical, even in regular matches of Dead by Daylight, where one person doesn't want to give up their location or open... You know, but the doors are done, right? Oh, look! We see the cloud there! We know where you are. Who is it? Who is my victim? Where are you? Is it Gabriel? Is it Rebecca? It's not Gabriel. We killed Gabriel. It's Jonah! Are you gonna run this, bro? Did he not run it? I gotta break Chase a second. I need to go check that other door. This might be foolish, but on top of that, I need him to start, like, actually touching that door. Ah, yes, see, that was smart. We have... Yui! Hi, Yui. Do you want to go biking later? You want to ride a bike? It's fine. Ah, this long corridor. We have to hope we can hit her with the spear, which means I gotta hope that bloodlust goes off. I missed. I thought she was gonna drop the pallet there. We might have made a very big mistake here. I don't want to spend too much time either, because the problem is that then Jonah will be doing the doors on the opposite side. Case in point. So now we can only hope for a 3K. At best, maybe we'll get a 2K here. I don't know. I don't know, Dread Knights. It's not looking too good for our hero. The Slasher, maybe both get out. Our first 2K of the day. If I'm Jonah, I would have escaped. Jonah escaped, so we can only now sell for a 3K. So we have to see. Yui is probably going to look for the hatch. I honestly don't know where the hatch is, so I think we're cooked. I don't see. Oh, never mind. She couldn't find it. Is she injured? She is. Okay. I'll sell for the 3K. You can't get a 4K all the time. I'm hoping at some point we'll be able to get a 4K on stream, but I'm not super confident of that. Still good. Still good. For the mail. Kick that gasoline can. While they're dying, I'm going to take a sip of hydration because I don't need to hold the controller for this. Thank you for the follow, if that was on Twitch TV or wherever it was. I do greatly appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I am on YouTube today exclusively, though. I'm on YouTube exclusively today, but thank you, thank you. I do appreciate that. Make sure if you enjoy this content right now, hit the like button, too. You know, smash that like button. Leave a comment. Tell me what you enjoy about the Dead by Daylight Jason chapter. If you feel like his power's good, what you would like to see change from the PTB, all those things. Very, very important. I'm gonna kind of use this cosmetics right now. Kind of gives them a look like from Friday 13 Part 6. Not exactly, but the undead type of Jason. Which is my favorite movie, actually, in the Friday the 13th franchise, is Jason Lives. I kind of appreciate that they kind of gave him a look like that because they can't do the movie ones. Cosmetics. There's a lot of licensing things with that, right? Because Jason Universe does have the rights to the movies, but then to use like some of the costume designs, they have to talk to like Warner Brothers in particular, I think, or one of the art studios that owns the movies to be able to get the permission to use it. It's like a whole rights issue, so it's easier to just make original costumes for him in Jason Universe. I think that's good because like they gave us 4 original cosmetics now, which means we'll probably be getting a lot of Jason cosmetics in the future. I'm looking forward for the Halloween event next Halloween because we're almost certainly going to get a Jason Halloween costume. The blighted costume that's going to look like superb in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Let's swing here. 1. Good, good, good. Let's go. The Christmas costume's going to look pretty good too. Let's go. We are good. We are Gucci. I should throw a spear. Lag spike. Did you see that? We teleported. The servers are a little bit wonky, too. Wasn't my internet connection there. It's PTB. Things will be a little bit buggy at times. So we have to expect that, but that might have royally screwed us up. Hi. You just fast vaulted. Why is there no killer instinct? Were we too far away and we misjudged it? There's some scratch marks. I don't know if this is going to be a good map for Jason. You're behind me. Let me kick this gen. Let me go check over here. See if we get Killer Instinct. I think I see... You're behind me. Okay, touche. 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 Okay. Open this. Nothing behind door number 1. I see scratch marks again. They're fading, though. That means... Hi! This is safe loop. Vito! Ouch! You notice how Jason doesn't have voice lines there? He just stands still and gets hit by the pallet. I don't like her chances with this game. I might have completely botched it. Oh no. Vito, come back here. But you're not Vito. You're Gabriel. They look the same. It doesn't matter what your name is. I just know you're going to be dead when I get my hands on you. Can I catch up to you? Bloodlust? Yes. We caught them in midair. I don't think there's a hook near here, though. That's the problem. I probably should have let him drop down. I hope he doesn't wiggle off before I can get to this hook, because if not, I'm going to be so sad. Put you on the hook like so. Alright. 4-gen situation. Only 1 survivor on hook. I see footsteps. But we need an area where we can jump scare them through pallet. Is right in front of me. This is how you use the power. You gotta constantly reposition them, though. That's the one drawback to the red knights. Throw it. I missed. I was smart. They moved off to the right. Okay. That's a safe pallet. I'm gonna kick this gen. I should continue chase, but I need that to regress a little bit. I also need a spike. I don't think I played this one very well. Okay, good, good, good. Let's look around. Ha ha ha. Okay, 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 okay. Let's reposition here. That one was the regress gen, if I recall correctly. I'm looking for survivors. Again, clouds, puddles, you know, footsteps, anything that can help here. Nothing. That means they're probably all doing the gen over here. This is my game to lose. Scratch marks. Kick the gen again. They might be all three paired up. Brr. Okay, 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 okay. Where are you? I don't like... Oh, there's Gabriel again. He's got a good pallet here, but if I can throw the spear, it hit him. Okay, good. I decided to go higher up that time. The reason for it is because when they drop the pallet, if I'm already a mid-throw, I'll be able to hit them. Okay, good. See here... Up this way. I don't... He drops down before I can make it. I lose an gen to this situation. I think this is our game to lose. This might be the game where we barely even get a 1k. Swing. Got him. 3. Let's put him back up. Put him on a hook. And this is the only survivor we've been playing with this whole time. I'm not even trying to tunnel him. It's just because he's the only one that we keep seeing. Okay, Merciless Storm, but I need a jump scare area. Nobody's here for Killer Instincts. That's surprising. Where did they go? How are they all the way over there, though? Make it make sense. Because there was somebody there. I'm not going to kick that pallet, even though I probably should. I'm not liking our chances here, Dread Knights. We're going to go run for our money, literally. Okay. Oh, footsteps. This is where that comes in handy, because we can break the damn pallet and then give chase here. But they have fast vaulted. Are you going for the same loot? It's just the same dude. That's the sad part here. Drop down. Where you fall again? I don't remember. Hi. Safe one, but I grab you. Too slow on the vault. If there was a basement there, which I... No, there's not a basement, unfortunately, there. It was behind me, the basement. I would take him in the basement. But it wasn't. So we just put him on the hook. We got one survivor out, so at least we have a 1k. Alright, reposition. Look around. This is not good for us. This gen is regressing, so that's fine. Looks like there might be a gen all the way in the distance that was Merciless Stormed. By the time I get to this gen, though, probably they're not still there, because if I were a survivor, I wouldn't have Merciless Storm trigger. Oh, they are still there. It's a bot, right? Hi. Rebecca! Hi, Rebecca. I missed! That was good, that was good, that was good. There's a skill issue on my part. Let's throw the spear. Notice how she's zigzagging. That's probably the best way to avoid that spear. And she can run through here. She has a very powerful loop. It's a 2-gen situation, and they're still all doing so well. Oh, no. Let's see here. Reposition. Go through here. I see scratch marks. At that, because we've vaulted a window and because of the add-on that I have. Got some value there. Oh no. Oh no, I don't know. Okay. Oh, that blocked that off. Back in my day, that was a full area you could loop around. Apparently you can't do that anymore. I have to reposition him so he doesn't fall in the basement like a bot. And even then, the survivor got away. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Maybe we have to settle for a 1k here. I don't think we're going to be able to do a 2k. Almost certainly not. Reposition. Nothing there. Reposition over here. Nothing there. Oh, gen, that gen hasn't been touched all game. Kind of surprised by that, to be honest with you, old Dread Knights. It's somewhere around here. Probably the far gen. I think they're all on it. Which is probably why we haven't been seeing them. So I figure if they all do the gen. Hi. We're gonna chase after Jonah. Although this is very unwise of us. He's gonna just basically run through there. He's gonna drop down. He didn't drop down? I'm surprised he didn't drop down. That was smart. He knew what I was planning. Good job, good job. At least they're not potato brains, right? Even. These bots were way smarter than the last ones. One gen situation with only 3 left. I don't even know if we'll get a 2K here. Like, I'm praying for a 2K, but... this is one of the situations where I had no edit. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. We'll try. I gotta lock in. That's all I gotta do is I gotta lock in. Trust the process. And again, I don't get stressed out because it's practice session, right? And again, it's like, bot, I'm gonna rage because of that. I need you to drop this pallet. Okay. Got you. I always gotta aim that one high. That's the one thing I've learned in this practice session today. When they're dropping the pallet, throw a little early, but aim high. A little high. So that way your spear won't get hit as it's dropping down. Assuming they go that way. I'm gonna do this just for the sake that I can block the pallet. So they have to do something different. They ran that way instead. Okay. Hello, my friend. Hello there, True Gaming Time. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome to stream. I missed that one. That was a skill issue. I wasn't even in position for that spear. Oh! Nice, 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 nice. That was stupid. I should have waited a little bit longer, but I thought he was gonna stay there. We'll get him. Or not. Okay. And a very powerful loop it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, this is gonna be rough for Roni. How was your day today? Have you played any of the Dead by Daylight PTB chapter yet? If you have, what have you felt? How have you felt about it so far, if you're in chat? I mean, at this point, I could sell for a 2K, but I'm not gonna, like, face camp. This would be stupid. Because they did the doors, so we can start looking... Oh, hi! Ask and you shall receive. I was like, let's just go for the doors instead. I'm doing fine, how about you? I'm doing pretty good, I'm pretty good. Vibing, thriving a little bit. You know, it's a nice day outside. I'm here playing video games, though, but, you know, I'm enjoying myself, having a fun time. You know, Jason is, like, one of my favorite characters of all time, so... It's great. It's great. I'm enjoying myself right now. You played Dead by Daylight by any chance? If you do, what is your favorite survivor or killer? Okay. We managed to get 2 people on hooks here. So I can, like, patrol the doors. I can't stay there because obviously it's the anti-face camp and stuff measures. But I can look to see if the other survivor is going to make the save here. Most likely with a bot, I don't think so. I would be shocked if they go for a save here because they would all lose. Maybe? I don't know. Again, bots kind of get scared when Jason uses his power. So they get a little antsy, so to speak. I can't stay in the area too long, though, because if I do, they'll get off the hook. And again, there's always the chance that that last straggling survivor will not want to come out. I'm, like, trying to get a bait going here. The good thing is I'm undetectable when I'm in this mode, so it doesn't really count necessarily. Nothing. Okay, so my guess is that the other survivor has to be all the way in the far corner, and is just waiting to see. I do play DBD. I mean, Springtrap. Interesting, interesting, interesting. How are you liking Springtrap? Do you feel like he should have a little bit of a buff? Feel like he could do something a little bit more? Even though I've seen some really good P100 Springtrap mains that are great. Have you played Jason Voorhees yet? Because I know a lot of people are making comparisons of Jason to Springtrap in a way, which I don't think is necessarily fair, because I think his power is closer to Friday the 13th, and maybe they just associate the projectile with Springtrap, because obviously Springtrap is a projectile killer. I really don't think this other bot is going to go make these saves. So I think at this point... Like, I have no idea where that other bot is, too. That's the thing. I'm trying to not, like, completely leave this area in case they make a save. So what I'm trying to do is trigger Killer Instinct to go off if they're in this area. My guess is probably they're going to wait for Yui to die, and that Rebecca will probably get Hatch. I should probably look for Hatch, but I have no idea where it is. Well, I haven't played Jason yet, but with Springtrap, I like to play it cool. What exactly do you mean by play it cool? Do you play a very more stealthy playstyle to it? Do you... I don't want to say tunnel, because I hate that type of terminology. Do you tunnel survivors? Do you spread it out? You know? How you like playing as killer, too, because I always find it interesting, because one of the things is a lot of people say right now is that killer is too stressful to play in Dead by Daylight. I don't see it. They never went for this door, so they have to be looking for Hatch. I have no clue where Hatch is. I mean, we could give a listen for it, but I'm pretty sure Rebecca will get to it before I can find it. Particularly how big this map is, too. And in all our chases that we did, we never heard, or not heard, excuse me, we never saw Hatch. So usually I would be able to identify and be like, well, that's where Hatch is. But I don't know, you know. I feel like the best thing to do in Dead by Daylight is not to take it seriously as a killer. Just have fun. And one of the things that I do, and this is way back when I was streaming on Twitch TV, I used to do this. I always turned off chat. So I wouldn't look at chat. Oh, wait a minute. I think I heard Hatch behind us, if I'm not mistaken. We might be able to turn this around. Is it here? I hear it. No, it's not here. It's about over here somewhere. Were they hatch camping? Were they hatch camping? Okay, now they have to do a door. Do a door or die to time over? Where was that? Where was the bot, though? I swear, it's like maybe they're hiding in a locker somewhere. But if they were hiding in a locker somewhere, I'd be getting notifications of that. Well, sometimes I play stealthy, and sometimes I like to go aggressive. And when survivors have flashlights, I get so excited because then the hunt gets more difficult and sweeter for me. And I really hate tunneling. Yeah. I don't really like to do it. I'll do it maybe against bots, but I don't like to do it in actual survivor games because it kind of kills the interest of the survivors. On top of that, it always could potentially lead to a whole bunch of people disconnecting, you know? I try to play it fair whenever I can, you know? Sometimes there's situations where it just, you only find that one survivor, but, you know? It's fine. It is more difficult and sweeter, too. Do you play any air killers besides Springtrap, or are you just exclusively a Springtrap main? Do you play any Survivor? Inquiring minds want to know. I think at this point the bot is just hiding somewhere because they can't make it to either door and they're afraid of the power. Maybe they got glitched somewhere. I don't see them anywhere. I'm checking just in case. We're gonna get the 4K via time over. This was a very weird match towards the end. I will say it. Where were they? You think maybe they hid in the basement and just never wanted to come out? The basement was somewhere around here, if I recall correctly. Nope. Because we would have whispers go off there. They're just running around somewhere. They don't know what to do. Do what now? It's like Meatwad, right? Do what now? Do what now? Alright. Well, I mean, we got the hatch. I was expecting that in a locker, maybe? No. She was somewhere far... Oh, over there. Okay, well, 4K. But I don't have any stress with survivors, and I also played Trapper once, but he didn't impress me enough, and I'm broke. Sorry to hear that. I know in this economy, I feel ya. So I can't get the Xenomorph. Oh. You like the Xenomorph. Any survivors that you play? The Slasher. We got a 4K there. It was a very weird 4K Dread Knights. I was not expecting that, but hey, whatever works. Alright. I'm gonna switch cosmetics again, because I'm gonna be playing for about 2 hours. We've been going for 1 hour and 40. I didn't really like the shovel. I prefer the machete on him, to be honest. Yeah, I'll play with this one again, because this is the closest to part 6. The R2 cosmetics I'm not too big of a fan of. Like, I don't like his lumberjack outfit, because it kind of looks kind of silly. There's some people who are like, man, they made Jason sexy now. Who would have ever guessed, but, you know, it'd be like that. I forgot the Survivor's name, but yeah, I play Survivor 2 when I get bored a lot. What do they look like? Chances are, if you describe how they look, I probably know who they are. My favorite is Yui. She is a... Or not Yui, excuse me. Yujin Lee. Yujin Lee is South Korean. She has a purple jacket, and she has, like, I guess lavender color hair, and she wears, like, a leather miniskirt. She's got the whole, like, K-pop vibe going. I really like her. I also am a fan of Fang. I'm not a toxic Fang. Fang is, I guess the best way to play politically correct is an Asian. I saw the two over there, but I want to get the one in the far corner because he's easier to get. Hi, Gabriel. So I also like Fang. Fang is basically the Asian with the short black hair. that has shorts. At least that's her default costume. And then there's Kate. Kate, I don't really remember too much. She's like brown hair with long hair. She has a lot of really good cosmetics. I like her St. Patrick's Day cosmetics because I had that from the Saw chapter while... Not Saw chapter, it was the Saw Rift. Jin something. Yeah, that's my favorite. I like that is my Survivor, but as well I said, it is I don't play Survivor a lot because I'm trash at Survivor. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. You know, though, the thing about it with this game, like, with the roles, you just don't take it seriously. Sometimes you'll be really good at this game, sometimes you'll be really bad at this game. The other thing that you have to remember in Dead by Daylight is that RNG plays a big factor in the game, right? So there are times, like, when you're playing Killer, where the gens will be in a situation where it's so far spread out, and depending on the map, it's like an unwinnable situation where you'll be lucky maybe if you get a 1 or 2K. And then there's a situation, as a Survivor, where if it's a map like Midwich, that's really good for Killer, depending on the Killer, too. And also, there's other factors, too, right? Like, if you're playing solo queue experience in Survivor is way different than if you're playing with friends on, like, Discord call and stuff like that. If you're playing in solo queue, you don't have a lot of ways to communicate with the person that you're playing with. And sometimes, like, the skill-based matchmaking, I want to say, it's not bad, but sometimes it mismatches people in lobbies. And sometimes you'll get, and there's nothing wrong with being new, whether you're as a Killer Survivor. I need to jump scare, but the problem is there's nowhere for me to jump scare. That's why they're with the red clouds there that you saw. That's the one little drawback with Jason. You need a lot of jump scare points. Sometimes you'll be playing in a situation where it's a little difficult. But getting back to my thought too, like in solo queue, sometimes you get paired up with really good teammates that have played a long time. Sometimes you get paired up with people who are newer to the game, which is fine. But I feel like newer players should play with newer players, older players should play with older players, and sometimes the matchmaking can be skewed in a way where it kind of affects like another player's experience, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm trash at Survivor. No, maybe you just had an unfavorable match necessarily, right? You know, same thing with Killer. There's sometimes Killer, you pair up like a newer Killer and stuff, or maybe you don't play a lot of Killer, and you might get, ooh, we got that. Had she been on Death Hook there, we could have done a very unique kill. Unfortunately, she's not, because that's the first thing that we got there, right? That's fine. We have a basement here. We could play a little bit of basement shenanigans. You know, so I say don't stress the results sometimes. I don't think anybody necessarily is trash at Dead by Daylight, as opposed to they're new to the game, or they're new to a role, or they haven't played a lot of it, right? And that's the thing about, like, anything with a video game. The more you practice, the more you play it, the more you ask questions, and the more you play with people that are maybe a bit more experienced in the role or something, the better you can become at it, you know? I enjoy doing both roles. I play a little bit more Survivor, but now with Jason being in the game, I am definitely going to be playing more Jason, because I really want to get back into Killer, because my favorite Killer's in the game now. Why not, right? Also, I'll probably go back to Spirit, because I have Spirit at P3. When I used to play, there was only the maximum of P3 in Dead by Daylight. That was, like, the highest you could go. And then they introduced, like, up to P100. And as much as I love the game, I have, like, 1,000 hours. I don't have time to just play Dead by Daylight. I like to do variety on the channel, in case you're not familiar with me. So I play, like, a lot of different games. Like, example, I was playing Repo the other day with Zen. And we had a fun collab going in there. Sometimes I'll play Monster Hunter. Sometimes I'll play, like, Diablo games. You know, so I don't play as much DBD. I am going to be playing a little bit more now that Jason... Because I do want to kind of get back into it. I do know there's people who are interested in me doing content of this nature. Let's see. Yeah, I really don't like to force myself on Survivor, because I love to be the one hunting. And it's perfect because all my friends only play Survivor. Oh, so you play, it's called... The mode is Survive with Friends, but when you're playing as Killer, it's Kill with Friends. It went for the basement save there. Well, I'm sorry, Rebecca. Maybe you shouldn't have saved your boy toy Gabriel there. Yeah. I've been trying to get a couple of, like, Survive with Friends groups going. And also Kill with Friends group going. This is the name of the modes in the game, for those of you who don't know. But it's a little bit difficult because a lot of my friends that are IRL friends of mine play on Pacific time. I'm not on Pacific time. I'm on East Coast time. So I'm on Eastern Standard Time. So when they want to play Dead by Daylight, it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for me. And I can't do that. I need to sleep. Swing. Got ya. It's a pretty good situation on this map. I actually Some people complain that this map is better for survivors. I actually think it's better for killer. There are some very strong loops, but behavior has done things to change it. I do enjoy hunting too, though. I get that expression, you know, because there's something about killer, even though it's stressful, that's just fun, like to hunt people down. And hi, you want some too? Let me put her on a hook. I'll get all of you again. There's more for everyone. More suffering, more bleeding, more scares. We got it all, Dread Knights. We got it all today. I don't have an area to really jump scare here. That's the problem. I have to do it here. I think that's too far away from everybody. But they were touching that gen. Alright. Let's see here. What are you doing? Are you going for a save? Should pretend that they're not there. I want them to kind of... Hi! I don't think I can hit this. Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. I can't hit this. I'll let them make the save. I'm going to give chase to Gabriel here. Gabriel. Let me grab this. We need it for this. That's a pretty good loop. Yep, if you throw it high enough, you can always get them on the shoulder. So, for anybody that's going to try... What the hell? Game, did you deny me? Did you... You're all watching that, right? What the heck was that? It's like we teleported. I thought we had the mini-mortar there. Apparently we didn't. But we had impaled them. Maybe you took it out in the last second. Let's light them on fire. Fire, fire. Pants on fire, right? No, liar, liar, pants on fire. That's how the expression goes. We do fire, fire, we'll get in trouble for something else. I'm not gonna do that. I see you work on that, Jen. I see you have a buddy here. Let's break this pallet with his power. That's actually the cool thing, because you do it a little bit quicker, in my opinion. You ran that way, but I do know that there was a survivor here. Let's kick the Jen anyway. Let's see. But yeah, the moment Springtrap was revealed to be in DBD, that's when DBD actually hooked me back in, because I first played it back in 2017, and now I play it again because of Springtrap and Jason. Cool. It's good that, like, Jason is bringing people back into the fold. You know, because I know a lot of people that are... How do I put it? There's a lot of people who are newer players to the game, maybe, or younger people who are not familiar with Jason Voorhees as a franchise, which I find is surprising considering there's a lot of people and a lot of places that stream the Friday 13 movies, as well as there's a lot of... It's on television, even though I guess Zoomers don't really watch a lot of television. So they're complaining that, like, he's not a good enough horror icon and that he doesn't deserve a spot and that he's boring and stuff. But here's the thing about that. Like, Jason back in the day was very, very popular. He was the horror icon. He was the slasher. That's why they called him the slasher. He created the slasher genre, where then we had Freddy Krueger, which I know people are familiar with. And he also brought back the Halloween franchise in a way because they saw the popularity of Friday the 13th. And then we got like Halloween 4, Halloween 5, which were terrible movies. I see the clouds here. Let's give chase to them. You know, so he was very integral in making 80s horror movies and 90s horror slasher films actually do successful and well. He was the big boom. So he has his place in here. Like, I know there's some people who want Slender Man in the game, because they're like, oh, the internet horror and stuff of that nature. Now, ironically, today, whoever has, like, the IP to Slender Man... Oh, that was a good one, because she was running towards the corner of the actual wall there, and we just got that little second there. But there's, like, the license holder of Slender Man apparently now wants, like, Jason in Dead by Daylight because of the 13-hour thing, because people are thinking Slender Man. I don't think, like, Slender Man deserved a spot over Jason first. I'm sorry to people who love Slender Man. Again, I've always felt uncomfortable about Slender Man due to the IRL murder. You know, those two teenagers that killed that other teenager. So I feel uncomfortable with the property because of that. Which is crazy to say in a horror game, because, yes, obviously we're putting people on a hook and stuff, but I'm uncomfortable. But there's a lot of people who want... They want... Excuse me 1 second. I have to figure out how I'm going to do this play. They want Slender Man. There's some people who want Art the Clown, aka Terrifier. I think it would be kind of cool to have Terrifier. I think Terrifier has become very successful in terms of his horror movies, that he deserves a spot. I think it'd be kind of cool to have a killer that could switch weapons. That would make the most sense with Terrifier, since Jason doesn't have the ability to switch weapons. And I mean, most people know him for his machete, and we do have the, like, spear-like weapon. I don't know if I can hit this. He wants to drop the pallet. I'm trying to force him to drop that pallet, but he refuses to do that right now, Trent Knights. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Can we get this? I'm gonna see if I can aim this. I was off. He was running to the wall, though. Okay, but that's okay. He didn't drop a pallet there. We're good. We're good. We're Gucci. Well, they died in the basement. I can more you now because you are the last person. We actually got a 4K finally for today's stream. Whew, that was fun. We might have time for one tiny more. One last one after this. I think the gas can, I'm assuming the gas can will be there in the full version of it. Funny enough, I know Jason better than any horror franchise. Oh. Yeah, I mean, there's some people who are like, when the Jason Voorhees, and they were like, who? And I'm like, how do you not know? And they're like, I'm a Zoomer. But I'm like, but his movies are been streaming on various different things, and every time there's a Friday the 13th marathon, if you have television stuff, like, he's on there. Like, I'm surprised that there are people in a generation that don't know who Jason is. It shocks me, you know? Like, if you told me a lesser, like, icon, like, I would be like, who? Then, but, you know? See, this is the lumberjack outfit. A lot of people like this. They're like, Jason is sexy now. I'll play one match with it just for the hell of it. I don't particularly like this costume, even though this is supposed to be a homage to Friday the 13th Part 2. So, if you know Jason a lot, do you have a favorite? Excuse me, choked on my own ear. Do you have a favorite Friday the 13th movie? If so, which one is it? Mine's Part 6, Jason Lives. I think that has a good balance of horror, it has a little bit of camp, the movie flows very well. I think Jason has a lot of interesting kills in that film. Also, the person who plays him, which is CJ, does a very good job of conveying Jason's emotions through body language, because obviously Jason's not a talking character, so he gives him that menacing aspect to him. He tilts his head in a manner where you're able to tell that Jason is confused. That's like the golden rule of movies, show don't tell. Oh my god, this map. This is a map of pain. I might only be able to get a 2K. I'm not very familiar with this map. I'm just going to warn everybody. This was a chapter I did not play a lot of. In fact, I probably didn't play during this chapter at all. So we might be in for trouble. I forgot what part it was, but it's when Jason was in New York. I found the entire movie hilarious. Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Funny story about that whole entire movie. The majority of the movie was actually filmed on the boat, right? So that was very cheap for them to film. Every scene, for the exception of Times Square, where we see Jason actually in Times Square, chasing after them and hovering over them and looking around Times Square and kicking the boombox. Every other scene that you see, the parts in Brooklyn, the parts where they're running through the train station, the parts in the sewer, all that was filmed in Canada instead. So the whole entire movie of Jason Takes Manhattan, we only had 5 minutes of actual movie footage that is actually Manhattan and New York, the Times Square scene. That is it. One of my favorite parts of that movie... Man, we're not doing too hot this game, but it's fine. We're having a blast, just chatting to you. That's what it is about streaming, right? You gotta have fun, you gotta chat, gotta yap. I love to yap. But yeah, one of my favorite parts of that movie is the part in Times Square where you have the punk teenagers, the rockers. That's what they look like back then, apparently. No, they didn't. I don't know why the movie put them like that. But yeah, so we had the punk teenagers, and they're listening to the rap music, and Jason is chasing the two survivors in the film, and he kicks over the boombox, and the punks turn around at him and are like, yo, dude, what are you doing, slime bag? And I'm like, why aren't they cursing at him? And they pull out a knife. And normally, Jason would, like, just kill people on the spot there, right? No, what does Jason do? He literally pulls up his mask, and they see what he looks like. They're like, no, we're cool, man. We're cool. They run away. And Jason puts down the mask and then goes to chase the guys, or the survivors. That's, like, the funniest moment in that movie. That one... And, oh yeah, that was my favorite scene. It is. It was such a hilarious scene. Our favorite scene of mine, too, a lot of people don't like it, but you remember Kelly Yu? Kelly Yu was in X-Men 2 United. She actually, I don't want to stereotype here, so I'm not, because that's how I remember the character's name. But Kelly Yu plays the Asian friend of the mean girl in that film. I think her name was, like, Victoria? The one that gets, like, killed in the bathroom with the bathroom mirror? Well, she plays, like, the friend of hers. And I love the scene where she's running on the boat, and she pushes the doors open, and they're in that whole, like, ballroom area, and Jason's, like, just chasing her through that. I think that's a hilarious moment in the film, too. Another one that's a really good one, because there's so many good Friday the 13th Part 8 moments. The other one, too, where the guy who's a boxer goes up on the roof, and he challenges Jason to a boxing match, and he's just giving him his best, and he's, like, a prize fighter and stuff, and has won awards and stuff. He's punching his mask, and he can't do anything to Jason, no damage whatsoever, and he gets tired. I see the cloud there. I'm gonna wait a second, because I gotta get, like, a jump scare here to be able to see them, so I have to turn around. That's what I'm doing there. So he's punching Jason, he gets tired, and he's, like, out of breath, all gassed, and he's like, okay, take your best shot. And Jason just punches him one time and decapitates him. That kill is actually in Friday the 13th, the game, for anybody who played Friday the 13th, the game. That is from Part 8. Like, Part 8's not a good movie. It's not a good Friday the 13th film. But it's good in the sense that it has these really silly, over-the-top moments. And there's one thing I actually do like about Friday the 13th Part 7. I gotta be, 8, excuse me, that I have to kind of convey here. In the film, in Brooklyn, there is a part where the main character is about to be assaulted in a certain manner that's suggested. I don't want to say because I'm trying to be sensitive here. And Jason basically goes and ends up killing her would-be rapist in the film. So Jason kills a bunch of rapists, or wannabe rapists in the film too. So there was that one where it's like, yeah, you get your comeuppance, don't be those people. You know, so it has a lot of good moments in it. It's times like that too. I don't like the end of the movie though. The way that Jason dies is kind of a little bit silly for me. On top of that, the thing about it is, like, New York City, even back then, that time period, would have never had toxic waste. So I don't know where they came up with this theory that, like, toxic waste gets spilled in the sewers. Like, make it make sense. That in the 80s? What was that? That was like 89, 90 when that film came out? New York didn't have any of that even back in the day. So I was like, what? Yeah, sure, buddy. That's not what. Yeah? That was server lag, but it wasn't lag because of internet. I'm confused. Again, PTB will be buggy at times. I mean, we're doing pretty good. I think at this point, maybe I would say probably a free K at best. So there was that one too. Oh yeah, that was my favorite. I read that one. I'm sorry. Part 8 was campy. Part 7 is good. Because I like the costume of the killer. Costume of the killer is pretty good. New Blood one. Part 7 has its moments too. The part where the girl rejects the guy because she's trying to get revenge on the hot guy that, like, wasn't interested in her and instead was interested in Tina, who's the main character of the film. And, like, she brushes off the other guy, and then she ends up getting killed. You know, like, say what you want about Jason. I mean, he's a horrible mass murderer in these films and stuff. But the people that he ends up slaying were really terrible people to their friends in a lot of these films. Especially the later Friday the 13th films, where he does that. Like, another, like, really stupidly campy but funny film, but it's not a good film, is Jason X. Jason X is terrible. In fact, you really could consider Jason X like an actual horror film for all intents and purposes. Uh-oh. Okay. You got a little bit of frames dropped there, my apologies. Looks like Spectrum Internet wants to be a little bit silly here. Please hold if you have issues. My apologies. It's not in red, though, so you should be able to see. It might be a little bit choppy, which I apologize for. I don't have control over my ISP. Okay. Red. I need a jump scare here. Hi. This is tough, though. Very, very tough here. What can we do? Dread Knights? What can we do? I gotta hit them with the spear, but the problem is this is such a safe loop. There's the window, there's the pallet there. So much protection that they have. Yeah, unless they drop that pallet, I can't hit them with the spear. I'm not gonna be able to catch up unless we get bloodlust. Jason's too OP for your frames. Yeah, he's too OP for the frames right now. That happens sometimes. We really hit her with the axe there. Happy accident. Do you have any other favorite horror films? I like the Hatchet franchise. I enjoy, obviously, Nightmare on Elm Street as well. The first one and the third one. They actually had the third one on television today on the Sci-Fi Channel. Just surprised to see it. It's kind of funny because Mama Dread had called me to tell me about it on the phone. She knows, like, I like to watch horror films, but I couldn't. I was prepping for stream at a time. Alright. Well, you can't vote that anymore because it's blocked. You're gonna use this. And remember I said this is the safest loop possible? I missed, but we did force her not to use the pallet. Don't botch this! Got it. Had to turn a little bit. Well, a happy accident. She didn't pallet drop there. So it was worth the spear there, just to kind of get a little bit of a scare. Maybe you should think about the consequences of your actions, Rebecca. Who told you to touch... I saw the footsteps. Killer Instinct. Oh, they're all bunched up here. Ooh, okay. Yui! I didn't forget about the last game, Yui. Take that hit. Get wrecked. I don't remember how this area of the map works, though. You pulled the spear out. Oh, no. Is that a pallet? I'm gonna get hit in the head. I got greedy! Of course, you're not gonna run the rest of the pallet. I would grab the spear, but we would lose a lot of time. I want to try to see if I can catch up to her. You know what? We're not catching up to her, and she has a safe spot there. Ooh, Pinball Arcade. Anybody want to play pinball? My favorite horror movies, aside from Friday the 13th, is It and Halloween. Which It? The miniseries version or the newer ones? Halloween is good, too. Also, which Halloween? Like, the newer ones or all of them? I like the original Halloween. I also do like Halloween Kills. I do think it's a good movie. I feel like Halloween Kills should have been where they ended it, as opposed to Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends, I'm not a big fan of it. I didn't feel like the ending was satisfactory. I won't spoil that for anybody who hasn't seen the film. Oh. Let's Mori him. We're gonna send them to a Shinigami. Right? Technically, I guess we're doing a Shinigami a favor here. Why do I have to do your job, Shinigami? Alright. Open it. Set them on fire. Good. Nice, nice, nice. Alright. Let's pick up this metal spear. 2-gen situation. 1 survivor's on 2 hooks. 1 survivor's dead. The other 2 have yet to been touched. I would say probably a free case situation. It Chapter 1 and 2. I mean, Halloween, I think the one with the burning house was it. Oh, Halloween 2018. 2018. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Fun story. I saw It Chapter 1. And I didn't watch Chapter 2 of it. So I haven't seen It Chapter 2. The reason for that is I did read the novel, It. And basically, It Chapter 1 and 2 is based off the novel. It's very faithful, for the most part, to the novel. So that's why I was like, well, I've already read this. I really don't need to see Chapter 2. I know what's going to happen. The other thing, too, is I was a big fan of It, the miniseries. Which, if you liked It Chapter 1 and 2, I would recommend watching the miniseries. Because the miniseries kind of does its own liberty, so to speak. And Tim Curry, may he rest his soul, because he's in a situation now where he's in a wheelchair. Tim Curry plays a very, very good Pennywise. Like, I recommend it. John Ritter is also in the film. Like, it's a star-studded cast for it. So, like, if you enjoy the original... if you enjoy the remakes, definitely check out the original. It's a little bit outdated by today's standards, but it's worth a viewing. Alright, Rebecca. These are the consequences of your actions. Let's light you on fire. I gotta go back to the woods. I gotta take out Sable. I gotta take out, well, maybe Julian's comic. We don't know about that just yet. I gotta also take out Michaela. Michaela's my favorite survivor. She's the one that looks like a witch with the red hair and the glasses and the leather pants. Ah, jump scare time. Hello there, Yui. Do you want to play? Also enjoy playing as Chucky, but they nerfed him to the ground. I do want to play some Chucky matches, not today. I think maybe next week. Next week I'll decide to be people's friend until the end. Also, we'll play Survivor rounds next week, because I do want to play some Survivor round. And we'll mix up. I'm also on Twitch, by the way. I don't multi-stream now. So some days I play just on YouTube stuff, right? So I'm here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on YouTube. Tuesdays and Fridays on Twitch TV, because I like to divvy it up. But I don't like to restream, because it's too much of a hassle. I gotta, I have 2 chats up, which I know how to do it, but then it's like a little bit of extra work. And eventually I am gonna play, like, with viewers in Dead by Daylight, because I know that would be something that people are interested in me doing. So I've been looking at feedback, too. I always do that. I always listen to feedback. I always listen to viewers. I am doing community game night stuff as well. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So, be patient. If I haven't done something just yet, let it be known it's coming. Like, I'm just getting back into the swings, too, with, like, Dead by Daylight. We're doing Monster Hunter stuff. We're doing collabs. I had a really good Repo collab. I hope to do more Friend Slap stuff with other VTubers. We have plenty of time. Dread is not going anywhere. The studio I work for just opened. We got a lot of stuff that we're cooking. Be patient. This is a long game that we're doing here in terms of the plan and stuff. Like, my office is literally just opened 2 weeks ago, and we're still putting the fine touches on some surprises. Alright. Merciless Storm here. Let's reposition this way. I went the wrong direction there. It might have actually been a happy... Nope, it's not. They're over there with the scratch marks. The Volt. I think we might be able to get a free K here. I'd be surprised for the 4. She's hugging the wall here because she likes this palette. I don't blame her. I would be doing the same thing. I'm going to actually back away from her because I want to see if I can get the Earth Survivor because she's injured, plus I want to kick. I need to kind of bait and switch here. Are you still hanging out there, Yui? You're not. Okay. But sometimes you could use the power also for, like, a little bit of extra trekking. Okay. Nothing there. I think they're gonna kind of play this safe at this point, right? For a guy who said, I don't really know this map, I did a pretty good job. I'll check out the miniseries soon, but I love the face of Pennywise makes in Chapter 1. It's hilarious sometimes. If you can... I don't know if it's on YouTube still, because YouTube has taken down a lot of stuff, but they have a best of moments Pennywise from the miniseries. And if that doesn't sell you on Tim Curry's Pennywise, I don't know what will, because there's so many cheesy one-liners in it. What's your problem, bucko? Don't you want a balloon? That's one of the famous lines. Everyone floats here. There's also a scene where he pops out of the bathroom. Like, he comes through the storm drain, and it's just... There's campy moments. I love campy horror. I'm from that time period of, like, campy horror movies. Like, even the... Not the later, necessarily, but, like, Friday the 13th... Oh, excuse me, not Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 and 4. Not The Dream Child, because we don't talk about that damn movie. That's terrible. Have, like, really funny, campy moments to it. I like the camp sometimes, too. I mean, horror when it's serious is probably the best, but sometimes it could be fun. Like, there's a franchise called Hatchet. Hatchet kind of, I don't know, tightropes the line as opposed to what is, like, funny and what's not in terms of stuff. Like, there's a guy who drinks his own piss in the movie and then gets killed. Which I was like, why are you drinking your own piss? That's disgusting, bro. It's like one of those very goofy type of horror films, but then it's really good at slasher stuff. Like, I would recommend the first 2 Hatchet films, too. But they're very gory, so if you don't like very gory horror movies, I wouldn't really recommend that. But if you're a fan of Friday the 13th, and Jason Universe, because now it's called Jason Universe, right? I would recommend Hatchet. The first 2. After that, you really don't need to see the 3rd or 4th film. They're completely forgettable, in my opinion. Another good one is, like, Puppet Master, the first 5 films. If you like, Child's Play type of movies, like Chucky stuff, those are decent viewing. Leprechaun, the first one, is funny just because it's campy. I threw it too... I was supposed to go above. That's okay, I think we could get distance here. This will be most likely a last match of the day, because I'm feeling a little bit... I needed the spear there. I could step on that if I need to get a spear. I'm kind of hoping it gets greedy. Bloodlust can get you from there. That's why I chased around there. After a while, for those of you who don't know, the more you chase a survivor, the quicker you get into Bloodlust. So that one, Bloodlust 1 kicked in. Well, yeah, when I'm killer, always look for lobbies where survivors may have flashlights As I said, things think of as well, even though the flashlights are annoying, but to make me makes the HUD sweatier, yeah. I have friends that refuse to go against flashlights. So what they do is they use, what is it? Lightborn, if I remember correctly, is the name of it, where it's the perk where you can't get flashlight. It's the perk from the Wraith, aka Bing Bong. I like to play a good Bing Bong every once in a while. Let's break this. Okay. Thank you. You did me a favor there, dropping the pallet. Yui. Yui, come back, my darling Yui. Come back, my little Yui. Okay, there we go. I might be able to hit a spear. It's too low. Are you going to run that pallet? No, you went for that one. Aim it higher. Got it. So the key always is you aim a little above the pallet, around their shoulder length, and you can almost guarantee to get the hit there. Alright. We cannot give you a Mori right now because you are on your first hook. We also have Jonah that is still injured somewhere around there. We might be able to turn this into a 4K Dread Knights. It is possible. Ah, stop screaming! It's just a hook! It's just a flesh wound, Yui. Just a flesh wound. Okay. I will say, I do kind of like whispers on this build, just because of the extra tracking when we're in Omnipresent Evil. However, I don't think I would use it. I think in place of this, I would probably use Fired Up. The perk when survivors do a gen, it gets quicker. Oh, he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. He's like, nah, screw it, I'm out. I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing. No, have fun with that. Toodaloo! Toodaloo! Yeah, I would have done the same thing, probably. Even though this is a bot, it's probably going to go back, right? It's going to be altruistic. It has to be, right? You did the door, and you're not there. Are you going back? No Yui left behind. He's into biker girls, confirmed. Hey, biker girls have a bit of a vibe to them, right? You know? One minute they'll kick your behind, the next minute they'll tell you, I'm daddy now. Oh, you went for the save. But I'm so far away, that was a bad idea on my part. Lightburn makes killers immune to flashlights, but I don't use it because I want to get flash. To make the hunt more difficult. You like a challenge? Yes, yes, yes. I'm aware of that. She has borrowed time because it's now base kit. That's fine. I probably can't get Jonah. I'm gonna have to sell for a 3K here. Okay. Okay. Swing! Can we bait him into saving her again? Probably not. He's probably learned his lesson. He's probably like, nah, you're on your own, fam. What are the chances I'll go for a save again? Because the door is open, unless he decides to go for the other door, but I doubt he would. I mean, even as a bot, they're not going to do that. That would be stupid. Let me check if he's around the area, just trying to camp it out. I don't want a face camper. I'm not technically face camper. Yeah, he went for the other door. Yep. Wise, wise, wise. Because if not, like, it's a lost cause at that point. He comes back, I probably hit him. They swap hooks, I still get the free game. If it was a different group, though, they probably, you know, obviously not about the flashlight and stuff. It would be kind of annoying. Alright! That's all the time that I have for today for Dead by Daylight. I do think Jason is quite a lot of fun. I like his projectile weapon. I like his power. It's nice that he's a combination of all the Friday the 13th, the game powers. So that's kind of a nice little throwback there. I think he has some really cool cosmetics. My favorite one is that aquatic one where we can swap the mask. I also like the one where he looks undead and has the shovel and stuff. That's kind of a nice nuance as well. I don't like his perks. That's why I didn't use them. And again, against most survivors, a lot of those perks aren't going to be too useful. Because, like, you just gotta kind of make things as best and easy for you. I wouldn't probably play Whisper on the build. I probably would play Fired Up because he's a little bit slow. So whenever his gen's done, he's gonna get a little bit of a speed boost. With that being said, I am gonna be playing more Dead by Daylight. I believe it's not etched in stone though just yet. On Twitch TV tomorrow, because I do want to play a little bit more PTB, get a little bit more practice and see if I could grab a friend or two if they're down to be able to play some matches. I don't know. If you're not subscribed to the channel, if you like what you saw here today, definitely consider subscribing here at YouTube, giving me a follow over on Twitch TV, same name as this channel name as well. All those things definitely help in the algorithm. They help. Leave a comment in the video. I do greatly appreciate it. Anyway, thanks everybody that hung out today. Whether you're here for a long time, whether you're here for a little time, thank you to everybody that was chatting in chat. I do greatly appreciate it. Most importantly, I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, over on Twitch TV for more Dead by Daylight. Till next time, guys.